President Petro Poroshenko is in Brussels today for the annual summit between the European Union and Ukraine. I'm joined now by Euronews' correspondent Brian Carter. Brian, what can we expect from today? What's on the agenda?
Well, this visit comes at a crucial moment. The EU just extended the sanctions against Russia over the actions in eastern Ukraine, so that will clearly be on the agenda today. So will the annexation of Crimea, which the EU says is illegal. And of course, it will talk about the association agreement between Ukraine and the EU. Now, the association agreement and the free trade area that comes with it clearly show the intention of the EU to bring the Ukraine ever closer to Europe and away from Russia. There are concerns here in Brussels over the elections that will take place next year in Ukraine, so EU leaders will be keen on knowing what kind of progress, what kind of reforms have been going on in Ukraine. I'm joined now by Anna Lazaro. Anna Lazaro is a reporter at Euronews, and she spent 5 years in Ukraine. Anna, thanks for being with us, and good morning, Europe. What kind of reforms and progress have we been seeing in Ukraine, and is it enough?
Well, progress has been made, but clearly it's not enough, especially we think about those Ukrainians who believed in the Maidan revolution. Their main goal was to put an end to the corrupt regime of Viktor Yanukovych, the former president of Ukraine. They won, they toppled him, but there is corruption still going on in the country. It is true that we can see a new police force. It is true that we can see a new anti-corruption prosecutor. This is going in the right direction, but there is still a big problem, especially when it comes to justice, because the courts are not responding. There are no convictions, and that means that people feel frustrated.
And of course, they will talk as well about the war in eastern Ukraine. Now, the OSCE that's monitoring developments on the ground are reporting multiple ceasefire violations, over 10,000 people killed over the last few years. Do you see any end to this conflict?
It is hard to imagine that the end of the war is imminent. People are still dying there. Both fighters and civilians are trapped in this buffer zone, and it is happening even if it is a low-intensity war. According to me, the war could finish if Russia gets something in exchange. And for President Vladimir Putin, this could be some kind of international recognition of the Russian interest in Crimea. And he could try to negotiate this with US President Donald Trump in the summit to be held on July 16th. In the other hand, the Ukrainians are asking for the deployment of a UN peacekeeping force in the east of the country, but it's hard because the rebels, the pro-Russian rebels, are against it.